Hello, welcome everyone. Um, I'm not going to be long tonight, but I did want to go over kind of how this McDonald's and accepting Dogecoin and now their rebuttal is kind of taking some sharp turns here. And I honestly can't believe it, to be honest with you. But Um, if it's from a marketing standpoint for McDonald's, then I guess it can work to their benefit. But other than that, it is absolutely crazy, that kind of response. This can be a huge opportunity for them. So I'm a little baffled right now, honestly. Just gonna put my normal. Can you hear me in the chat? And then we're gonna right in there, and I'll do some kind of like give you an idea of what I expect this week as well. So I did see Burger King's response. I did see Burger King's response. Yeah, and Burger King, when they were giving out the Dogecoin, I'm surprised they didn't go as far as to say, um, we're going to accept Dogecoin, or that's an avenue that they want to explore. Maybe they do, but logically that would have been like the next step. But McDonald's is the number one franchise, so people typically will go after them first. But after this Grimace coin thing here, and hopefully it's a joke, and hopefully that they are working on something behind the scenes, and this is more so just for marketing and attention, and they're not actually serious or believing that's a fair trade. But um, it just logically this doesn't make sense, especially when it comes down to like community and all the other kind of stuff. Like for McDonald's to be kind of first on that train, it wouldn't make sense. I even made a tweet saying like, I hope they don't really fumble this opportunity, because that would be catastrophic overall. And I did see, let me see Burger King's response here. I think it's on Elon's post. Uh, I'm gonna go. For those of you who didn't see, uh, yeah. So this is Burger King's response right here. Only a king knows what the coin do. And I haven't liked it. Let me see. So hopefully, some good comes out of this. This is obviously gained a lot of attention. So hopefully some good manages to come out of this, because it would be beneficial to everyone. Let's see. OJ, bro, I'd work for McDonald's. And this is a part of why I believe this is such a huge opportunity. This is why it's crazy that people are not, they're not capitalizing off of this opportunity that's in front of them. This is what's, makes it crazy for me. So I think that when you have the type of support, and with Dogecoin being one of the most held numbers wise, one of the most held cryptocurrencies in general, like, you seize that opportunity. It just, you don't. I guess McDonald's is not, like stressed financially, so they can do whatever they want. But if for Burger King to technically be McDonald's like number one competitor, this puts them in a unique position and an advantage to kind of have that, that move to make this happen beforehand. So, if McDonald's wants to play games and stuff like that, I just hope they don't actually end up being a bunch of clowns. So let's see, hit the like button, people. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Yeah, but I think that I think McDonald's will come around, because remember we talked about this a few weeks ago. We said that that would be the next logical step, was because if we want to maintain utility and expand, we're going to have to partner with businesses and have that development with different businesses that are not directly attached to Elon. So that's why it's important that we make sure AMC does really well. And if we have a McDonald's or Burger King, make sure they do really well. And this is how we're going to, because if you ultimately see the fact that the McDonald's and Burger King and all the other kind of stuff, they're engaging with this, and these type of opportunities are on the table, that's because primarily of community and the fact that we are expanding to these different institutions. The more we expand and the more these numbers come out as far as for like what we did with Tesla, like selling out merch and stuff like that, the more quickly we're going to branch off into other areas with different institutions. So this is why I'm not worried really about the whole utility thing. I think as far as what's gaining utility and expanding, like what we've accomplished in a year is already historic. And I think that all of us are a part of something of history, really, for the development of not only Dogecoin, but for crypto. And I think we're all a part of that as far as we're changing how we conduct business. So Burger King, there's another meme too. I think it has Burger King, Wendy's, what was it? I think Subway, maybe some other businesses, other fast food chains, and they were like on track, but they were like running the other way. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I thought that it was on McDonald's though. I thought that it was absolutely hilarious. God, there's probably too many of them. I think it's on the Grimace though. Hold on. I want to find it because I think that it this one is great. It says, "Oh, look how cute!" And it says McDonald's accepts. It says only if Tesla accepts Grimace coin. Then it says, "Oh no, it's retarded." That one's great, but we're gonna get into some TA here. But I just wanted to. That's hilarious. This one. So you have Elon, Burger King, Wendy's, AMC ready to go, and then you have McDonald's facing the other way, not having a clue. You guys saw those memes. Those memes are hilarious, but it just kind of puts things into perspective, really. Because most people, they're saying, okay, we're on board here, and we know where the future is going, right? We know that crypto is only going to expand from here. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what is crypto's involvement going to be in our life? And McDonald's is taking it for a joke right now. But again, their mascot is a clown, so maybe maybe they're clowning around. Let's see. I would gladly pay you in Doge Tuesday for a hamburger today. Let's see. I'm here even as I'm writing my college paper last minute. That's due tonight. Almost done. Just smash the like button. Oh man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's see. If I have a Dogecoin, how long does it have until I have? If I have one Dogecoin, how long do I have to hold till I make it to $1 million? Unless we do like a massive burn or some type of consolidation of the crypto or something like that, that would be, we probably have to be in hyperinflation to make that possible. McDonald's is the king of clowns. Yeah, we are really, really living up to that clown mascot here. And, maybe Ronald is the one that manages the tweet account. I guess we're going to find out. Let's see. So I probably want to address that, but if you guys saw my, what was it? You said it's a joke. Okay, awesome. Just in case you guys didn't see the video that I posted earlier today, I was saying that this is one of the things that we have to push for. And as long as we have leadership, utility, and community, we're going to be fine. And this is us expanding in the community. Leadership, we are the richest guy in the world, space exploration, changing the way we do business with um, cars and stuff like that. So I think we're fine in that area. And the community, obviously, I believe we have the best community in the world. Come on. No, actually, you'd be surprised how many times I've received emails and stuff like that, really asking for those kinds of numbers. So it's kind of hard to tell if people are being serious or not. You'd be really surprised how often people are like, hey, look, I got like 20 Dogecoin and, how long before I'm a millionaire and stuff like that. I used to ignore the questions, but then people would get upset. And I realized that, oh, okay, well, some of them are serious. So that's why I went ahead and I asked. Let's see. Investing in Doge is a joke, and it turned into an enjoyable circus. Seriously though, McDonald's could kill if they made dollar menu and call it the Doge menu. Everything is one Doge. That would be, yeah. I guess if you have the dollar menu, Doge is at $1. Yeah, I mean, it's a great marketing opportunity. So I hope they can capitalize off of it. People are clenching their butt right now, waiting for tomorrow news. Yeah, well, tomorrow's going to be interesting for a lot of reasons. I'm not sure if you're talking about the Fed meeting. I'm probably going to. Well, I'm not say probably. I know I'll cover what they go over, but I think that tomorrow's going to be really interesting because we are flirting with a correction on like the S&P and a few other charts, and we are in a correction on the Nasdaq, and we're flirting with hitting a bear market. So tomorrow is going to be very interesting. I'll say that we're going to get a concrete idea, or at least a better idea on how the year is going to go tomorrow. So very excited about that. We'd rather choose to get Elon eating a Happy Meal on FNL. That would help. Let's see. Yeah, he said he would eat a McDonald's, a Happy Meal, basically. So you basically do like you can call it, they pretty much call it a commercial for McDonald's and Dogecoin if they accepted it. So for for McDonald's, that's a win. I don't even understand. Like, it's free of charge at that. They love typically getting celebrities. Elon is obviously probably not even debatable, one of the most recognized CEOs on the planet. So I don't understand what the holdup would be, even if it's just for marketing purposes. I don't understand why they wouldn't. But again, I'm not on the McDonald's marketing team, and based off of that Grimace coin stuff, who knows what they're actually thinking. So as a long-term holder, I think I've turned into a bear and want more bear markets so I can keep DCA. No, and that's the thing about investing. A lot of times you'll see that when you first get into the markets and you first get exposed, you're hoping for bull runs. You're like, yeah, I want to go to the moon and stuff like that. But the longer you're in the markets, you'll start looking forward to times like this, and we have these corrections, and you'll even start cheering for some positions that you want to make entries in. You start cheering for them to go down. So I completely understand that. I want Apple to drop another $20. So I completely understand that. We might break out to 15 on this live stream. Yeah, I'm going to switch over in a minute, and I'll take some questions and stuff like that for like TA. So I just wanted to kind of like address this because I know the internet's been having a lot of fun with McDonald's and this foolishness that's going on. But hopefully that is a joke, like in all seriousness. Man of the Year eats a Happy Meal on live TV. Hilarious. And right. The Doge McDouble calls the Doge. You will double your money. Fact. What's going on, Robinhood wallets? So pretty much we were supposed to get, per COO, we were supposed to get at least beta to like 10,000 people about 2 weeks ago, right? Well, let's just say a week and a half ago. We're supposed to get initially 10,000 people, do beta, and then full on the full version would be released, and it looks like they only released it to around like 1,000 people, and they're kind of like ramping it up a lot more slowly. So those anticipation dates that we had for the Robinhood wallets are kind of like all over the place. We're not even actually sure when they're going to be available to everyone. They're rolling out. We do know that. We've seen some screenshots and stuff. I don't have mine, but it's not really a concrete time frame now on those Robinhood wallets. But they do need to hurry up, and especially. And again, I know we've all been patient, but I think that as long as they are out before some of our catalysts come around, like AMC, definitely before we start moving into the fast food industry, like a Burger King or McDonald's, as long as those wallets are out before then, I believe we'll be okay. So, but they do need to hurry up. And by hurry up, I mean, I think we need to, it'll be better for everyone if they're available before the end of Q1. So we're saying like within the next like 60 days. So hopefully we kind of make that happen. So how do I feel about SafeMoon? I believe SafeMoon can get a pump. Yeah, I'm not necessarily like hate SafeMoon or anything, but I think that you can certainly get a pump. It's not a position that I'd consider holding long term right now, but it's in my top 5. Like if we have somewhat of a normal market this year, it's in my my top 5. That'll be great cash grabs. So I don't have anything against SafeMoon. I think tomorrow will be fine. The fear is mostly baked in. Good news, we run. If not so good news, we slightly dip and then go into the green. The market has already sold off to worst case scenario. Yeah, I've seen a lot of reports saying that it's like a lot of the I feel like several of the issues are baked in into like the market are already factored in. And my thing is, because I know, especially when we're looking at crypto, because I know that if things were to tighten horribly and we were to get, let's say, absolute worst news possible, I know that crypto is still considered a more risky investment than the stock market. So I know that if we look at like hedge funds, institutions, and stuff like that, they'll say, okay, well, we need to rebalance our portfolios or get cash heavy and be prepared to buy at some of these lower prices. I know that crypto would get absolutely demolished because they would have a priority interest in rebalancing in the stock market. And the second thing is when you look at things like the NASDAQ and let me see, I'll switch over here to trading view. You look at things like NASDAQ and a lot of what's happened over like the last year or so. My question is how much money is going to be extracted? When you look at something like this and you pretty much see like literally this escalator to heaven, how much money is going to be extracted? Because we know that the Fed, that's one of the reasons I think that we kind of have to just factor in when they say that, okay, well, when we get these bonds back, we're not going to reissue them into the market. So how much money are they going to take out? Because remember, they've done nothing yet. This is, and kind of like to your point, this is, kind of just fear. They've literally have done nothing yet. We're not even, they're literally having another meeting before the end of Q1. This is all, we are approaching bear market status and correction territory status, depending on which chart you're looking at, based off of nothing but fear, just speculation, really. So as far as they're being baked in, I don't even know if some of them are being aggressive enough to exit if they said that, okay, well, we're not going to tighten the policies as much, because they've done this technically twice. Once in like 2018, and they're a little hawkish and they kind of changed their mind and we rallied. Let's see if I can show it. Maybe better on the S&P. But so what is this? Yeah, so around 2018, we got a little hawkish in like December, between October, December, and kind of backed off as far as for the amount of injections that they were doing. We kind of resumed, and we were definitely going into a recession when COVID hit, and definitely that's when the Fed kind of, so from right here, from when COVID in 20 to where we are now, roughly, we've been propped up by the Fed. So when I try and put parameters on saying, okay, well, how far is this going to correct? My issue is, well, the Fed's been holding up the market for over a year now. So what does the market actually look like without it? What if all these companies are overvalued? What if these reports come out and these earnings are all down or, not meeting expectations? What does that do for the market? So I understand what you're saying. It's just, for me, it's just hard for me to engage it. And I do think that there's room for further correction. Let's see. I heard that the daily cap on the money transfers from Robinhood wallets. That may very well be the case. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. Let's see. The more likes, the more messages get out. Also tweet. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. If you haven't yet, please consider liking the video. If McDonald's accepts Doge holders will pay it forward by 100 Happy Meals for anyone in the drive-thru. And I think that's maybe what McDonald's is missing the picture here of just how large the community is. And hopefully their marketing team, or if they actually are looking to branch off into crypto, hopefully that can be relayed to the decision makers in McDonald's so that they can understand the amount of support that McDonald's would actually get if they were to accept Dogecoin. So I really hope that they're not, being foolish right now and trying to simultaneously promote a coin or some random idea they probably had anyway. And they're like, oh my God, now's our chance. Everybody's looking. And, it's clearly getting rejected, but I just really hope that's not what they're trying to do. Let's see, but how serious can we take McDonald's Twitter account? I seriously doubt Ray Kroc is behind the keys. No, I don't think any of the decision makers are probably sitting behind the McDonald's keys, but when you have this type of attention, when it comes down to decision makers, CEOs and stuff like that, and you have Elon posting on there, they're going to get the message, right? So I would find it hard to believe that any of the decision makers in McDonald's are unaware of what happened today, regardless of who runs the Twitter account. So I think that's kind of like where our benefit comes into having such a large community and getting more notable people like Elon to tweet and interact with these institutions on our behalf. I think that this is kind of how the message gets out to people. So I'm very confident that the decision makers in McDonald's, they know what happened today. So see, Robinhood is a digital wolf of Wall Street, trying to take a bite out of everyone's profit. Now Robinhood is getting bitten for their funny business. Yeah, their stock is going through the floor. So, it could very well be karma. And David, so what's going on with AMC accepting Dogecoin? I thought the CEO said they were. Yes, they are. He put out a tweet, I want to say like a couple weeks ago. He anticipates it'll be done. His time frame that he gave last year was actually Q1, and he said that they are actually on track to honor that. He expects it to be sometime in March that everything will be ready. So as far as we know, per our last update, everything is still a go for Dogecoin and AMC. So, and again, we just have to make sure we do our part and literally blow those numbers out of the water. So I think that'll be great. And this is, especially with that, even if we don't have our McDonald's or our Burger King by then, when you have these types of numbers and we put up those numbers and it's like literally in the millions, preferably tens, maybe even hundreds of millions. Oh my God. Yeah, that is how you get taken seriously. And we get these other catalysts and these fast food restaurants and these probably even other entertainment areas are going to be like, okay, well, we're going to need to be in on that. If the community is going to come out and support like that, we're going to need to be a part of that. Let's see. Dogecoin Mars. Yeah, I believe it can be a great cash grab. Dogecoin Mars is in my top 5 for this year. Not a long-term position. but I think it can be a great cash grab. Love you, brother. Thanks for the perspective. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, do you think it's a good idea to take some profits right now on Doge right now before the Fed's news tomorrow? And it really just depends. Like, I'd say if you're long term or not, and what your actual profit margin is. Now, when it comes down to my anticipation as far as what they're going to say tomorrow, I don't believe that they're going to change course. I put out a video last night, covering this, but I think that dealing with inflation is more important than everybody getting 20x on their stock portfolios, right? It's literally not the Fed's job to make sure people get rich, and the stock market is always in this upward trajectory. That's not what the Fed is for. So I do think we have a strong possibility to get some negative news tomorrow that will say, hey, we see what's going on, but the market's up dramatically. You guys will be all right. It'll be a bear market. There's always one around, every, it lasts less than a year historically. So you guys will be okay, but we have to fight this inflation. So no more money. And I believe that will probably cause further panic, and we're going to see an increase in the amount of institutions and like hedge funds and stuff rebalancing their portfolios so that they can litigate their risk. So it can be, I can't say for sure, but I was going to say it can, depending on how bad that sell-off is or how bad we panic, it may even not even be tomorrow. It may be on the March 15th meeting, March 26th meeting, somewhere in there, where we have that major sell-off. But we're so close now. We haven't, unless they come out and say something really hawkish, the worst case, as of right now, at least until we get closer to the actual date, we'll probably come down and test that 12 cents support line again. And I'll pull up Doge here. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I've been talking about this for some time. And in the 12 really well. I just want to zoom in here. The 12 line, it held up really well. This is when we came down to like that 11 and 12 range. And this long wick here, that's a rejection. And remember, this is not the first time. We came and we tested it very briefly here in December. And this was a really long rejection. This is a strong rejection here. And then we had that upward and sideways trajectory. And then we got another rejection here. So it's not like we are, I don't want to say, it's not like we're just dancing on the line here of that 12 cents. So whenever we get that downward momentum, it's a strong rejection. So I don't think that you'll be missing out necessarily on much, but it also depends on how many coins you have. But that's typically not how I would play if I'm long, especially if you plan on trading back into it, because it's not a big enough spread to make it worth it. So, if I said, if I believe that Doge was going to go down to like 5 cents tomorrow based off of the Feds, what they would say, then that would be more worth it versus believing that worst case scenario will kind of have a bounce off of that 12. So it's not something I would do, but those are my thoughts all in compass. So I know it was a long answer, but I hope I made sense. Is those still looking to go to bear to around 8? Yeah, it really just depends on what the Fed says ultimately. But as far as for them actually taking action, that's not until the end of Q1. So we're looking at March or April. And we do have another meeting with them in March prior to that. So depending on, how, if they decide to do some damage control and be like, okay, well, we're still going to move the money or reduce the money, but we're not going to quit it cold in March or April, right? Because right now they're taking off about 30 billion a month. They'll just say, okay, well, when we get to March or April, we're still going to reduce the money supply, but we're going to reduce it at 10 billion per month. And that would get us through like the rest of the year, but with less and less injections, but they're having to cover less and less money into the economy, and that can be a benefit for them. So that could be a real possibility, and I think that will kind of relieve some of the tension that's in the market right now. So, and that may cause it to not correct down to that 8 cent level. But if they come out and say, hey, look, we don't care, inflation's out of control, March, April, you guys are on your own, it's a strong possibility we're going to break below that 12 cents, and we're going to see that dime range. And again, we should get some rejections off that 6 cents line, but buying pressure and people believing that it's oversold could stop us at around that 8 to 10 ratio. So I still think that's a really good range, but it really is just up to the Feds now and how aggressive they're going to be. McDonald's could also do Doge Beanie Babies and Happy Meals. That is genius. I like that a lot, Abdul. That is, again, from a marketing standpoint, McDonald's could make a lot happen with this partnership. A lot. Like literally like the first crypto, I want to say first crypto toy, maybe. Like not like not like a toy in general, but like the toys that's like handed out, because technically in Happy Meals, even when I was a kid, we always got toys. So that would literally be historic for McDonald's. That is a very great idea. They would be wise to do something like that. Remember the old E.F. Hutton commercial? Now it's when Elon Musk talks, people listen. Elon puts his money where his mouth is, doing more for the world economy than many governments. Yeah, that's a fact. Elon is like, and I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, well, maybe he's being selfish, or maybe he's has some personal interest in promoting Dogecoin. I'm like, Elon is the richest guy in the world with almost unlimited resources. If he wanted a crypto, he could easily make an Elon coin, and he's famous enough and has enough connections to make that successful. He doesn't have to interact with Dogecoin. This is all by choice. Like, he didn't have to make that tweet this morning, right? I completely agree. He is literally using his influence and business to benefit other people. What would you consider now Would you consider now a good buying point for Doge, or do you see it going down a bit more due to Bitcoin? Yeah, again, it's all really tied to what the Feds are going to do with this extraction of money. I personally consider, based off of the way Dogecoin is growing utility-wise and partnership-wise, I think anything in the teens is not a bad buy, but anything below that overall support level, like around like 15, 16 that we have, I don't even know how many bounces off of. Anything below that is a steal. So I think that there's certainly room to go down based off of those catalysts, those negative ones. But the price at which Dogecoin is at right now is it's like bar none. You have bull runs that are going to come after this, and these markets and all of these cryptos, they're going to see those numbers again. And I think that those of us who have those extremely low DCAs, and you have these things rolling out, because a lot has happened in the last year. So we don't know what type of partnerships Doge is going to have in January of 2023. We may be here a year from now talking about Walmart's acceptance or Amazon's acceptance. And, people will be looking back like, oh my God, I could have got this at 15 cents. Kind of like a lot of people are like, oh my God, I could have got this at 2 cents. So, crypto is known for its volatility, but, you have an opportunity now to get it at what historically is a great price. So, if you're long-term and you believe in the catalyst and you have conviction, these are great prices. These are great prices. So, hi, David. So let's say Doge goes over $1. Will we be able to spend by a fraction of a coin like BTC? Yeah, I think that'll be probable for most coins. And not just because of, the price point, because obviously Bitcoin is a lot more expensive. But think about it. That's the reason we actually have coins in the first place. Why do we have coins like quarters, dimes, and nickels? It's literally change for dollars. So it would only make sense that we can do fractionals with actual digital currency as well. Like that's still the original coins. That's literally the purpose. It's basically fractional. So we would have to make that conversion as well. Let's see. Please discuss IMF telling El Salvador to ditch Bitcoin. I heard about that briefly. I haven't looked into that, but I did a video about 8 months ago, and it was called because we see that the feds are looking to create like their own digital dollar. And I did a video 8 months ago because I've seen this coming. I've been studying monetary policy since I was about 15, and historically, governments love that. It's almost a requirement for them to have absolute control over the medium of exchange. Like the people actually controlling or having this free currency that is pretty much outside of the government's absolute control, it has never existed before in the history of mankind. So we're on the verge of something very unprecedented. So I expect moves like this. In fact, I'm going to grab this video and I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys. But I did this 8 months ago when they were first launched, that they were going to do an investigation. They said that, we're looking into crypto and stuff like that. And most of the time people thought it was geared toward taxes. Like, okay, well, how do we tax it? And that's going to be a part of it because it's certainly going to try and get, extra revenue off of it. But long term, it's more so about control. And if they are, which they more than likely we'll see some type of crypto dollar or digital dollar. The question is, what are they going to do to encourage people to actually use it? So, will there be a higher conversion fee in the dollars? Because what they would like is, because, the dollar is the reserve currency of the world. Most countries, like for the people here that are not in America, most countries, they trade in and out of dollars. They'll trade into a dollar before they trade into another currency. So they may try and do the same thing with a digital version, to have the dollar be the reserve currency of crypto. So we're going to see how that plays out, but I'm not surprised at that at all. And I just put the link to that video that I made about 8 months ago, talking about the feds and crypto dollars and stuff. So I may do an update to that one, but I know that I expect this to get stuff like this to happen more frequently and more strongly in the near future. Let's see here. Well, don't be like the guy who spent a bunch of BTC on pizza. Yeah. Everywhere will accept Doge eventually. They will. I think as long as we are growing and pushing the catalyst up there, it's going to be inevitable. Like it's like Thanos almost. And a lot of those other coins are going to disappear. So it'll be like him snapping his fingers. What's up, David? Hope you are well today. Thanks for the content. No problem. Let's see. If McDonald's was to take on Doge, would Walmart follow? Do you think Amazon will follow? Will Jeff make his own crypto token? That's the Walmart will probably come on board. I wouldn't, especially if we're growing. Jeff, because there's somewhat like some kind of like beef or rivalry between him and Elon, I think that Amazon will probably be one of the last ones to make that transition. I could be wrong, but I don't think that that'll be a quick conversion for Jeff to kind of, just because it's not that Dogecoin is Elon's coin, but it's basically like Elon's coin. So it's like I don't see that being a quick transition. So that may be Amazon may lag behind other institutions when it comes to that. So Just kind of got to be. We're gonna have to be a little bit more patient with Amazon. So, but it doesn't mean it's not coming. Let's see. What's Grimace coin? Is that for real? I heard that there was something. I've seen some reports. I didn't look into it, but I've seen that it was something was created and it was kind of it kind of like rallied today, or I want to say maybe it already existed, or maybe they created it and it kind of like rallied today. So I don't know if McDonald's is actually behind it and maybe something that they're working on, but hopefully it's just a joke. Hopefully, but we'll see. So, but I hope that McDonald's and hopefully if they do some investigation to see how large the community is, they'll come to their senses and be like, no, we should probably just seize this opportunity. And if we want to segue into crypto, we can kind of already get people used to spending crypto at McDonald's, and then we can kind of introduce our own coin or something like that. But as far as for Tesla accepting Grimace, like who the hell, like who's going to buy Grimace coin to? I don't want to say anything's impossible, but it is like come on. Let's see. Are the Fed's going to ban BTC like China? I don't think they'll ban it, but what America doesn't. We don't typically ban other ones, but we through like laws and regulations, they can just make it. And it's really up to us to kind of make sure, we are pushing for like and voting on these kinds of things when the opportunity presents itself. But they can just make it more favorable to use their currencies, and most countries will probably follow suit, especially when IMF is involved. They'll probably create like some international crypto or whatever, and they'll just make it more favorable to trade in and out of their coin versus other ones. So, but we'll see how this develops. But I just know from a historic standpoint, no government has allowed the people to control their own medium of exchange. Like probably not since like bartering. So this is literally on the brink of like revolution here. This is massive change, massive change. See, and if you haven't yet, please consider liking the video. There's almost 200 of us on here. So if you can like it, that'll help YouTube share it with additional people. Yeah, and subscribe too if you haven't. I literally do this like every day. Let's see. Once one major company like Amazon, Walmart, or Mickey D's accept, everyone will jump in. Doge fam is amazing. Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why I said when I do like my 3 things as far as for having like longevity in a coin, it's one of the reasons why community is first. Community is a must. Like it's the heartbeat of like a coin movement. Like so you can't like outrule like community. Community is what's going to demand that this coin is paid attention to. This coin is utilized. This coin is growing. When we have numbers being put out saying that Dogecoin is held by 65% of all people who own crypto, you can't ignore that. So, I think that's going to be a big movement for us. So, that'll be able to attract a lot of people coming to the coin. 65% of everybody that owns crypto, like, come on. Like, so, that in itself demands respect. So, and I said this in one of my earlier videos this year, I do believe that by the end of 2022, that whole meme stigma, stuff like that, will more than likely be gone from Dogecoin. Because, it's literally, it's funny until no one's laughing. So, and I don't think anyone's going to be laughing sometime real soon. The community here is amazing. And what we've accomplished in less than a year, arguably, I haven't seen any, since hitting mainstream, I have not seen any coin do what we've done. And even the ones that are close, they're riding on the coattails. So it's Doge literally changed the game. And I think Mark Cuban said that as well, as far as for getting people into the crypto space. It was like, they need to like be kissing out to like the Dogecoin community, because Dogecoin in itself expanded crypto, so, and I think that's undeniable at this point. So like the Doge community is amazing, really. Elon tweeted McDonald's to accept Dogecoin, and McDonald's tweeted back if Tesla accepts Grimace coin. Yeah, that's a fact. And we saw that. Hopefully it's a joke, because otherwise this has the potential to be a major fumble on their part. I've seen people fumble the bag, but that is, they like dropped it and kicked it the opposite direction. Like I really hope they don't. I really just hope it's like a joke or some type of marketing ploy. Do you advise snatching up last minute buys tomorrow before the announcement, or hold tight till after the report in case the market gets wrecked and we have to go and we have a going out of business blowout sale? Yeah, I've been saying this like in my groups and stuff. So I do believe the Fed's going to stick to their guns, but I'm prepared tomorrow. I'll be I have a few, but I'll be prepared to have some more puts in place. So I say, wait till afterwards. That way, I'm not sure what your experience level is or how much money you're working with, but I'd say wait until afterwards so that you can, really position yourself. Because if they say, yeah, look, we're no more money and interest rates are going up, it's not going to be a quick fix. Like, that's not like oh, okay, well, the feds are not going to prop up the market anymore, and they're going to raise interest rates. So it's all going to be, we're going to have a red week. No, it's going to be some weeks, like plural. So probably some months. So, you have time. So I'd say just wait. Most stocks and stuff like that, depending on which ones, most of them are down anyway. So if you are looking to make some entries on something that you are bullish on and it's hitting your targets, I'd say feel free to start making moves on those. Don't know anything about quant. Our brother gave me some. I do not. Sorry. Let's see. Dang it. How late am I? About 47 minutes. Let's see. The best day to get in crypto. I heard that Fed news is coming. It is coming tomorrow. I'll probably be going over it. So you guys can just check in with me tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Doge will eventually dominate the crypto coin world because it has the cheapest transaction fees. Retail stores will love that. That is an absolute fact. That is a fact. I did a video comparing Dogecoin and other coins to like different credit card processing companies. And I did it for the metaphor that you can have several coins in the same area, do the same function, but they have different like clientele, different stores prefer other ones. And I use the example of like a Sam's Club or Costco. That they'll prefer like Visa, or if you're going to do like self-checkout, it's like cash or Visa. And the reason for that is those transaction fees. You can get the better prices, you pay your membership fee, but you're going to have to use a Visa because Visa has lower transaction fees. It saves the company money. And I think that you are absolutely correct. That can be Dogecoin's niche to, kind of get in the door with a lot of these companies. Say, hey, look, these processing fees are great. If you're going to accept a crypto for your products outside of processing speed, how much money is that going to cost? Because if you're passing on the transaction fees and stuff like that to the customers, they're going to end up paying more in crypto than they would have in dollars. And therefore, you're going to de-incentivize them to even use crypto in the first place. So if this is an avenue that you're looking to expand in, then you know what your obvious choice is. So I think that's going to be phenomenal for Dogecoin. I think that is one of the, like in that list I said that as far as for having longevity in the coin, that is something that gives Doge a competitive advantage. So you are absolutely correct, Frank. Let's see. Spell coin. I'm not sure if that's a slick comment or if you're saying I can't. Let's see, trading. How late am I? Trading it. How late am I? I'm not sure if you're talking about to the live. If you're talking about to the live, it's like 50 minutes. But if you're talking about that post, that was earlier today for the title of the thumbnail. Will crypto even go back up if Ukraine gets invaded by Russia? I mean, that'll have a ripple effect on the economy for sure. That typically spreads fear in there. And I know Europe will probably, their energy and stuff like that, those prices will kind of go up. So it will, I can't say it'll be a positive effect, but I don't think that, it really just depends on how bad that kind of rolls out. But I will say I'm confident that it won't be a positive effect on the market. But there are other major catalysts that are out at the moment. They're more pressing until we get like some concrete action on the those lines over there. So and that's just one of the many factors. There's several things out here that can cause this to further, dip down further. There's many of them out there now that can cause us to drop down further. But the great thing about things like McDonald's, Burger King, and all these institutions saying that, okay, hey, we're going to, partner, or there may be a potential partnership there, is the outside of what the prices that it hits in the bear market, longevity wise, utility wise, these are the things that will make sure that these coins, well, like a coin like Dogecoin, is going to come out on the other side. Because it's in my opinion that if we have a mass bear market or mass correction, a lot of these coins aren't going to exist. So the ones that have this major utility and major partnerships and the community and stuff like that, these are the ones that's going to survive. So it's outside of the events. This is great that this is all happening now in the midst of all these negative events coming on. But to answer that about Russia, I can't say it'll be great, but it will, depending on how bad it is or our level of involvement, that'll have a major factor on that. And as of right now, I know we just don't have enough details on it. Let's see, did you see Dr. Phil feature cryptocurrency on their show today? I did not. I'm not surprised though, but I didn't see it. People are already trained to hold their worthless paper money. That's a fact. China and Russia don't want crypto for fear it will further weaken their country's currency. Yeah, I can certainly understand that, and it really will. And America may not come out and say that, or the feds may not come out and say that, but they're not stupid. They know that giving people this kind of freedom in an alternative currency, they know what that means. So, I don't even want to say it's China and Russia. I want to say that feeling is probably mutual all across the board. McDonald's waited 10 hours to tweet back, and this is what they come up with. Marketing guy needs to go. Well, they had to Photoshop up that Grimace coin, so that's probably what took so long. What's your take on Spell? Let me see. I haven't looked at it. I haven't even heard of it. Spell token. Okay, so Trading View is very limited on here. Has it been out for a while? Let me try coin. And that's going really slow. Okay, so it's definitely a new coin. overall, it's not terrible, and you do have this massive rally here, this gap up that can be a little concerning. But the best part about this is it did get this what is this 1065 range here. It did get a bounce where it was supposed to, so it is establishing support. So which is a good sign for longevity, because typically speaking, you'll have that gap down, and it's technically rejected that gap down twice now. So that in itself is, not a bad a move for the coin. So that can begin to show some signs of health. But in order for me to give a thorough opinion on it, I have to look into it to see like what's the overall purpose of the coin, like who's leadership, what the community is like. It's a lot of factors that go in there. But just looking at the chart, that isn't terrible. It's actually establishing support. So I don't have much outside of that without doing without taking a deeper dive into TA and how the coin actually functions. Let's see here. You're not up on Spellcoin? No, I'm not. That was my first time looking at it. When does the Fed announce the bullet points? From what I understand, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that's from what I read. Will the negative response from Mcdonald have any negative impact on Dogecoin? I don't believe so. I think that, especially with like Burger King coming on there and stuff like that, I think this is a real thing that's going to get pushed to kind of make sure that it happens. So I don't think that it'll, hurt Dogecoin. But I think that it's ultimately just putting it into conversation to make some of these bigger catalysts come true. So I don't think that's going to like sabotage Dogecoin or anything like that, or hinder Dogecoin in any kind of way. So if anybody fumbles anything here with this opportunity, it'll be McDonald's. Because with the way our community is growing, I can guarantee you we're going to get picked up by, I thought we're going to get picked up by a major chain. So it would be wise of McDonald's to be in front of that. But again, these leading institutions, when they get comfortable in their positions and they have change and they have these opportunities, they typically get a little, like arrogant, and they start missing out on opportunities that they could have partnered with and dominated. I mean, what happened to Blockbuster and Netflix, right? Look how long it took Walmart.com to come behind Amazon. Like, those companies shouldn't even exist. Walmart was dominating that space. Blockbuster was dominating that space. We're Circuit City, so it's just, these companies, they have to make sure that they are, exhausting these opportunities, especially when you see these, especially when you have something like crypto that's literally on track to do another trillion. Well, probably not this year with the bear market and stuff. I don't know, but crypto is growing wildly. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't, and you have a top 10 crypto, like literally, and with the richest guy in the world extending an olive branch, and you say no, our coin. I don't understand it. Let's see. This just in: the Twitter backtalker was just fired by McDonald's. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I saw something. He called somebody like a right click something, or I remember seeing something that I thought was a little fresh, but I didn't look too far into it. But I didn't. That's interesting that he got fired. But that's to a point I made earlier. When you're if McDonald's Twitter account is having conversations with the on a trending post with one of the richest guys in the world and the creator of like a top 10 cryptocurrency, the higher ups and the CEOs, they're going to know about it. So I'm not surprised at that, really, especially if that post is said what I thought it said as far as being fresh with people. Do I think Shiba has a future? It really just depends. Shiba has a large enough community to weather like a storm, but Shiba. So let me just. I haven't done this in a while. So, and this is what alarms me about with Shiba is because Shiba is at a do or die standpoint right now when it comes down to support. This right here, where they are right now, they have to hold this line. Otherwise, this is a gap up. So they came down quickly off of this gap up, which is technically normal. Not This is not limited to Shiba. This is any stock or crypto. There's no support. So this is some support here, and for the longevity of the coin and the health of the coin, they would need to build support here and start trending sideways. If they do not, you're looking at a full retracement, which is, back down to, 742, like this range. So this is where they are right now for the longevity of the coin, for the future of the coin, like you asked. They're going to have to hold this line. If they do not, then you can expect another slide down. So if you're in that position, that's going to be something that you're going to have to watch very closely, especially when the feds come out and you may see further extractions of money, because when you have, because most of these coins are, especially like a Shiba or Doge, most of the time they're owned by retailers the most. And contrary to popular belief, we don't have enough money to catch these coins and hold these support lines. So, if that institutional money, all that stuff starts flowing out the market, you see what these coins actually look like without them. So, that puts it in position for a full retrace. So it's do or die right now for Shiba on that support line. So I guess it's just something we're going to have to see. I hope that answers your question. Let's see. What do I have to say about the Grimace thing? I pray that McDonald's I pray that it's a joke. That's what I have to say about that. I pray that they are not being serious. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for McDonald's to really set a strong foundation into the overall crypto market, and be the first, and be like the first innovator into this area and have a massive boom in sales. Like if McDonald's says, hey, we're going to accept Dogecoin and it's going to be our branch into the crypto area, their sales are, I want to say at this point, it's almost guaranteed to spike. It's going to happen. And, for them to pass this up, and then if Burger King circles around, or if Wendy's is like, hey, we'll do it. Now you're the number one and you're coming in number two, number three. Like a Grimace coin, like what is it? That is exclusive to McDonald's. Like I just hope it's a joke. I just personally couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you have a top 10 cryptocurrency come to you with the richest guy in the world, come to you, extend you an olive branch, and you're like, we're gonna do our own coin. I think only if you would do our coin at Tesla. Like, yeah, let me get some Grimace coin so I can accept it the Tesla. Like, that's not how it works. Like, that's not how Dogecoin came to be. That's not, they're missing the steps that we mentioned, like leadership, community, competitive advantage, and stuff like that. Like all those steps that I give as far as for longevity of a coin, that they're missing it. So I think in my humble opinion, I think that I'm going to say it's a joke, and it was just for like marketing purposes, and they were trying to just get traction on the internet. That's what I'm going to say in my opinion, and hopefully I am absolutely correct. And tomorrow they're going to be like, "Hello, JK, everybody. We'll have Dogecoin on by June." That's my opinion. Let's see here. Huge fan, David. What percentage of the contract would each Doge holder have to spend on Tesla, AMC, etc., to make the merchants notice? 1%, 5%. I want to do my part, but still hold. I don't think that it is really like 1%, like necessarily a percentage of the portfolio. I think it's more so about the numbers, right? So as long as the numbers are impressive, we're going to grab the attention of the merchants, right? So when we have like this AMC thing come out, partnership come out in like March, what we need is for Adam Aaron to go on Twitter and be like, hey, Dogecoin holders, they blew us out of the water this weekend. We did 70% of all of our transactions this weekend was not in cash. It was actually in Dogecoin. This is a historic moment. We did $40 million of our record opening box office weekend of whatever movie was going on at that time. We did 40 million in Dogecoin. That's what's going to grab the attention. That's what's going to be like, wow, okay, there's a lot of revenue out there and money to be made in this situation. That is a large community. So if they're going to show up like that for AMC, and AMC, again, is all over the country, world's largest movie chain theater, then if they're going to show up like that for AMC, maybe they'll show up for us like that. Maybe we can get some of that, maybe we can have that partnership and that mutual relationship to say, if we're a part of Doge, we'll have repetitive customers. That'll be our own. We can count on the Doge community to come support us. We can benefit from that. And I think that is what's most important than based off of like the percentages. So I don't think that someone should like focus on spending, make sure I spend 5% of my portfolio or whatever the case may be. I just think it just comes down to support. The movie tickets, you get a movie ticket for like $20 or less, so. And more so, it's going to be more so about the numbers that we put up in that opening weekend that we have, that the that the Dogecoin integration happens. That's what's going to be most important. We want that. We want Elon to be like, hey, look, Tesla merch has been consistently sold out since we accepted Dogecoin. Absolutely incredible. But we're not going to get full credit for whatever we do with Tesla and Tesla merch because it's directly linked to Elon. What we will get full credit for is these other partnerships. So you have like a GameStop integration that we're going to get full credit for those numbers that we put up. With AMC, you're going to have, that's going to be like, oh, okay, so it's not just Elon. They'll support the community will support wherever the coin is at. That's where we're going to see the most benefit. So AMC, we blow out of the water. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Arby's, whatever comes over there. Hey, look, they blew it out of the water. That is how you get and keep the attention. And that is how we're going to have, despite what's going on in the market, bear market, whatever the case may be. And if you think about it, if you really think about it, if we go into a bear market or a correction and sales are down across the country, but the people that accept Dogecoin are rallying and making a lot of money because of community support, watch how fast Dogecoin expands. Watch how quickly restaurants are like, oh, hell, like our sales are way down. But guess what? Everybody that's accepting Dogecoin, they're booming. Watch how fast you see Dogecoin adoption happen this year. So if we do this right, we can actually play this to our advantage. Let's see. Thank you, brother. You're welcome. I appreciate you. Look what happened to Kmart. Yeah, exactly. Look exactly what happened to Kmart. Let's see. Grimace was a joke, and they have replied to accept Doge tweets by saying they are looking into different payments. Okay, good. I have to look. I've been on here for a while. I have to look for an update, but I was hoping that was a joke. Let's see. How low do you see AMC dipping to before having a big reversal, either by retail buying or shorts covering? They still have a lot of shares that they can use to borrow to kind of get this to go lower. I'm assuming that they want this to dip low enough that they can cover in those in their previous short position from earlier last year. So that way they can kind of get out of those without getting killed too much. Hold on here. So I'm just going to upload a different one. No. Okay. This will be the best one. So, because technically speaking, our next level, and I hate doing TA on this because most of this doesn't matter because this is so much manipulation going on right here. But we should technically get at least a hesitation unless they're just borrowing like crazy to drop it at around like $12. And if you look at these positions here, when we last started playing and getting these rallies, they started shorting heavily in this range here. So let's say 10, we'll say starting at around that rally we had up to around $20, and they did massive amounts of shorting to kill the momentum and stuff then. But not necessarily kill momentum. This is in February, so they were literally trying to drive it to zero. So there's a lot of short positions now here in the teens. My guess, and we've seen this kind of happen. They kind of doubled down here in March. My guess would be they're trying to get it to. I assume that we will probably jump in at around like 15, but my guess would say probably around that 12 range or so to try and cover those positions without taking too much of a loss. But at the same time, when you have companies like AMC who's putting up like major numbers over the week, at some point, regardless of whether you believe that there's a squeeze or not, you're going to look at this and be like, oh my God, this is oversold. This is easy money. And at that point, that's how you have a repeat of what happened last year when you have something like AMC down at like $1 or something crazy like that. You're like, oh, easy money. I don't care about the squeeze, but this is easy money for me to make. So I think that when we get in that range, especially when we have movie catalysts like Spider-Man and stuff like that doing $1 billion in like 3 days, you're going to have a lot of retail pressure kind of run in there, and we may see that that pop from that point. So I can't say how long, but I'm looking for something. I'll say something to happen between like the $12 and $15 range. So, but we'll see how many shares they borrow to actually drop it down. Let's see. Let's see. I just bought some hamburger coin. Win Hambo. Hilarious. Hi, David. Let's go Doge and McD. Yeah, absolutely. Hello. Yeah, I think I think that that's going to happen. I really do. There's a lot of reasons for McDonald's to make that happen. Let's see, bro. You are the best at explaining the opportunities with using Doge. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's see, I already answered that. Let's see. Over 15 different Grimace coins according to Billy Marcus. Yeah, those coins are going to pop up like crazy now. It's like free. When something's trending like that, you're going to have an opportunity to make a lot of money. So you can expect that. Let's see. Yo, think Dogecoin will go up soon, and what do you think it'll hit? Great question. So, do I think Dogecoin will go up soon? With the catalyst and everything that's going on, I don't think that Doge will trend against the market. Like, so I don't think that if we're what we consider to be like mooning to happen without something astronomical, like so if we're like in a bear market or the money or there's complete panic and the market's running to hell, I do think Dogecoin will be affected by that, which we kind of have been. But I do think the catalyst is putting us in a great position for us to retail, and the same way that we're gaining the attention of like a McDonald's and AMC and Tesla and stuff like that. I think that when we have the money come flowing back into the market, we're going to have a lot of attention from institutional investors, so from hedge funds. So from all these different funds that are going to be looking for investments in the crypto, the more catalyst that Dogecoin has, the more attractive it's going to be, and the more advantages it's going to be to attract that money into the actual coin. So as far as for when, I'd say I expect a rally at around any of our catalysts that happens this year, regardless of what's going on. It may not necessarily moon, but I'm expecting it to do something similar to kind of like when Elon announced the Tesla merge. And then depending on what's going on in the markets and how much money the shorts have, we'll see if they pile back in and try and kill the momentum. But ultimately, as far as breaking cycle trends, I'm expecting when an anticipated bottom starts peaking up on across the board, really, in the market. So whether that's S&P, NASDAQ, Bitcoin, when we start getting like some bottoms around there, I think that we'll see like a kind of like a hard floor get put in, and we'll kind of just build off of that and start heading in the other direction. So, but I don't think it'll be long. I'll say that. I don't see, if we go into a bear market, unless we just go into like an actual full recession, I don't see this being like a crypto winter or something like that, where like that time we had Bitcoin down in the red for like 2 years. I don't see that happening unless we go into like full recession. I don't see that happening. So I don't think we'll be down long. I think most people kind of know that you buy in bear markets. So I think that will also kind of like help keep money flowing into the markets and kind of shorten the cycle overall. Let's see. Good thing about big dip in crypto, many of the whales are out. That's a fact. McDoge might be slipping away. I hope not. I hope not. I'm still a believer that that's actually going to happen. So I hope that it's not the opportunity is not slipping away from us. Let's see. Hey, David, not sure if it's true, but did you hear about banks doing anything with Doge? I have not. I have not heard about any banks doing anything with Doge. Let's see. Hey, what's going on tomorrow with the Feds? So tomorrow we're having somewhat of a transparency meeting, and a lot of Q4 statements will be, I say, released and examined primarily by us. So, December it was released that we had record inflation, 7%. So the thought is that we know that the market has been held up by the Fed. So we're going to see if the Feds have kind of changed course on the aggressiveness that they plan on taking this year as far as for moving the money. We're also going to find out the Q4 earnings report for like a lot of the S&P, a lot of these big companies, to see how spending is going on. Like say that, okay, are the the retail sector, are they spending money? Did we, they're going to factor in Black Friday, Christmas, all that kind of stuff, Thanksgiving, how much money was spent this year, how much, credit card debt, did people really go out and, do their thing this year? And here's the biggest failure that I can see that can happen tomorrow that will cause absolute panic. Because again, we know that the Feds have been injecting around $120 billion into the market per month. Up until January, it's being dropped by $30 billion per month. So let's say these Q4 reports come out tomorrow and earnings are down. Earnings are like, down whatever percentage. They're not, they didn't hit their quota. All the marks were missed. And I anticipate that to happen with some companies because, inflation has been going up, and I do believe people cut back on their spending. When you're an investor and you have a fund, you have your fund manager, you have your brokerage account, hedge funds, you look at this and you say, the market has been going up month over month. The market's going up month over month. Sales revenue has been going this way month over month. So naturally you'll say, wait a minute, these companies, these evaluations, these prices, they're all BS. These companies are overvalued, overbought, pumped up, funny money, which is technically that's flowing through the market right now. That will be absolute hell in the market. Because at that point, you're like, okay, well, I'm at a profit, but this is obviously funny money. So these prices are going to have to hit an equilibrium. People are going to be running out of the market, massive sell-offs. So when you have these types of conversations, that's why it's kind of like, that's why tomorrow is such a big deal, because we have to sit down and go over like these numbers and, make sure that things are, and we have to see how big of a discrepancy it actually is, because that's going to determine what, really what kind of year we're going to have. This is one of the staples that's kind of going to guide what kind of year we're going to have in the markets. So tomorrow's a really big deal. We need, I guess we need that math to be adding up. I guess that's the best way to put it. So yeah, all eyes are going to be on that meeting tomorrow. We need for all that to make sense, all of it. Let's see here. I wonder if the Fed is concerned with everyone running from traditional banking vehicles to crypto. Absolutely, absolutely. I put a video in here of me talking about it like 8 months ago. Yeah, Feds, governments, not since bartering has the actual people control their medium of exchange. It's always belonged to the government. Like, you know, even our money now, Federal Reserve note. So yeah, it's definitely a real thing. And for them, it's considered a threat. So we're going to see how they're going to handle it. I wonder to what extent they view crypto as inevitable and therefore feel free to need to slow it down as acceptance. Yeah, I think they do believe it's inevitable. And I think that's why they're not necessarily going to slow down the acceptance. I think that's why they're going to enter the market themselves and try and compete. Because it's sounding like we know we can use other currencies, but okay, we're going to have to exchange it. What's the the dollar is the reserve currency of the world. So, okay, well, if I want to exchange into this currency, what do? You're going to exchange into dollars and then exchange out. Or, a dollar will kind of be like universally accepted. So I think they're going to try and have that same dominance with a Fed coin. When Robin wallets, not sure. They've been lying like a lot. So I am not sure at all. Now, if you haven't yet, please like the video. And if you're unfamiliar with me, check out some of my other videos. I do TA and I make sure that I don't pump BS or blow smoke on people. We look at charts here and we make sure that we are having actual conversations, and I make sure that I'm providing value in the video so that you can make the best decisions possible for you and your portfolio. So like the video. If you haven't, consider subscribing. I'm going to take a few more questions and then I'm going to wrap it up and get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow is sure to be an interesting day, to say the least. Let's see. I apologize for the comment question if already addressed. BTC is moving ahead of the Feds. Why? What do you mean moving ahead of the Feds? Can you clarify that? David, as always, thanks so much. No problem. No problem. I'm glad you're here. Wonder if we increased our exposure of Doge like Floki did, have a high marketing campaign budget, but we can really get the ball rolling. Yeah, no, I think that exposure has definitely been increased. I think that we've been doing a great job of that across the board. Grimace coin, the new Squid Game coin. Facts. That is an absolute fact. Like, and I've seen some reports. I didn't check for myself, so don't quote me on this. I did not check this for myself, but I've seen some screenshots of there actually being a Grimace coin, and people are saying it's up like 1,000% or something like that. I haven't seen it for myself, but from what I understand, it does exist. So yeah, definitely be careful. Rug pull, yeah, yeah, trust me, it's going to be that fall is going to be like a highway to hell. It's going to be crazy. Great live chat, David. Thank you. I'm glad you found value. Love the channel, man. Where do you see Doge this summer? I'll put out an updated like projections and stuff based off of like Catalyst and what the Fed says. I'll update those numbers. But as of right now, I don't want to just throw anything random out there. But I do expect us to test some of those support lines that we have. So let me just do this so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I do expect us to, I want us, I want to do this before the space launch. I want us to come up and test this 34-cent line. So, and in order to do that, a prerequisite in the past is we have to cross our 200-day moving average. So I would like for us to, and we're bringing the 200-day moving average down. So, obviously just because we're trending downward, but historically we have to cross that average before we have that rally to the 34 cents. I do believe, especially until we get some concrete data from like the Fed and stuff, that we're probably going to test this bridge here. I believe it'll be respected, but until we break that, of course, we cannot say it is a new trend. But by this summer, I would like for us to have AMC, hopefully something like a McDonald's or at least someone in the fast food industry, to give us the momentum to go test that 34-cent line. I honestly want to do that greatly before Doge 1 takes off. So I would like to see us at around like 25 to 30 cents by then. But again, it really just depends on the Feds and what they're going to do, because we may very well be into a correction or a full-blown bear market by then. So we'll have to see. Grimace coin will leave you with the grimace face. Yeah, yeah, definitely leave you with the face of disappointment. I'll stick to Dogecoin. McDonald's needs to stop playing for real. Why crypto is going up and have the decision on putting a stop on inflation and increasing the interest. Yeah, well, I think that especially Bitcoin has been known to be crypto gold. So it'll, technically speaking, it's like a hedge against inflation. So it may even rally tomorrow if you see it saying that inflation is out of control, or we have to be really aggressive, depending on how they word their statements. And they typically are pretty good at wording it, but if they say something like, hey, look, inflation has been more so than aggressive. We thought it was transitory. It's not. We're going to have to stick to our guns here to get inflation out of control. It's a runaway train. Yeah, in that case, Bitcoin will rally. So that makes perfect sense. Bitcoin has a scarcity value and is viewed as crypto gold. So I would expect nothing less from it. Burger King in Brazil accept Doge. That is very smart of them. Very smart. Very smart. They need to make sure that that happens. I see they're getting, if that's the case, then they're getting in front of McDonald's. See, you snooze, you lose. That is very smart of them. Very smart of Burger King. If it goes to 6 cents, I think a lot of millionaires will be made. I agree. That's a fact. I agree with that. If people seize the opportunities, I think that it will happen. Will you be live tomorrow? I will. I will be live tomorrow, and we're going to be covering a lot of stuff, probably even the Fed stuff as well. So I'll be live. So if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and we're going to give you, I'll give you some, my interpretation as far as what's going on, what we can expect. We're going to relay that into the charts and get a real idea of where we're headed for and some expectations on how we're going to clear or end Q1. So, we can do that. So definitely subscribe, like the video. And from what I understand, it's at 11 a.m. from what I understand. I'll correct it if not. If you follow me, just check my community section. I'll make an announcement or post it, and we'll kind of just go from there. Do we know when the Fed hike will be announced? That is, we'll know for sure around the end of Q1. So I'm expecting like March or April, we'll kind of have an idea. I predict Jerome Powell will announce a tax on crypto based on energy usage and global warming populations, which will give the Fed the bite they want, open the gates for crypto. I wouldn't be surprised. I do believe some type of special crypto tax is coming. I don't negate that at all. I think that they're going to certainly have some type of special crypto tax. I don't doubt that at all. Just got here. What did I miss? Oh my God, you missed a lot, man. We went over everything. I'm going to probably get off here in a minute because it's an hour and a half. I know that's a lot of time for people to watch a replay, but we went over everything. So I felt like this live has a lot of value in it. So you can certainly kind of skip through it to kind of catch up, but we went over a lot. 400 plus companies accepting Doge. Yeah, and we're going to be over 1,000 soon. Watch. We're going to be over 1,000 soon. You just watch. I'm excited for Doge and Doge's future for sure. McDonald's needs to stop playing. That's a fact, man. They are, I don't know, they acting like they don't want to win. Has the hype been overpriced in the market already? Possible nil effect on huge pump? I doubt that. I've seen that. I highly doubt it's been factored in already. I highly doubt that. Let's see. Not much. We all just went to the moon. Hypothetically, how much Doge would you need to become a millionaire? I currently have 87,000 coins, planning on grabbing more next dips under 12, under the really, or under, but really how much Doge is enough, quote unquote. To become a millionaire, you just have to do that's basically just math, determining on, I'm assuming you mean like $1 million. So you just have to do an evaluation to say, okay, at 87,000 coins, I need Doge at, let's see here. You would need Doge at around $11.50 a coin, basically, to hit $1 million. So, you probably, if you're looking at being an actual millionaire, you're probably going to need more coins than that. So, yeah, that's just math. We have the catalyst here to get a multiplier of Doge, but at $11 and stuff like that, it would be more than the entire crypto market. So we're going to have to give Dogecoin, the market is going to have to expand. And ultimately, that is trillions and trillions of dollars. And in a bear market like we have now, but a threatening bear market outside the corrections, that kind of cash just isn't available. And even if it becomes available, there's not a guarantee that Dogecoin is going to control that, because we have to remember that Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are the whales in the market. So I say you would need more coins than that, but you can still turn an amazing profit with 87,000 coins for sure. So, just keep that in mind. I don't think the Fed has the authority to put a tax on anything. That's something that has been done by Congress, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they would have to be done. And I know technically Fed, it's not supposed to be influenced by politics and stuff like that, but I personally don't believe that. But I think that technically, textbook wise, yes, you're right. But as far as for monetary policies and all the other kind of stuff, I think that they can certainly have the influence to kind of make sure that type of bill makes it on the table. And I still believe AMC is going to moon. Absolutely. Tomorrow's decisive. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need them. I said you need 1 million Dogecoins for a Doge to reach $1. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you want it at $1, if you want to be a millionaire, yeah, 1 million will do it. That's math. Let's see. If McDonald's accepts Doge, Ronald McDonald House will get record donation from Doge holders. Excellent point. Excellent point. So, that could be a major catalyst as well, as far as for, getting a lot more donations. So major point there. Major point. Yeah, Doge going to the moon. So I don't want to make this video. Let's see here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dude, your channel is great. I've been watching for a while now as a lurker. I appreciate you for lurking on the channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. I'm pushing very hard to hit 40,000. Hopefully by the end of Q1. So we're less than 2,000 away. So I think that if I keep providing value and sharing my research and stuff, I think I can pull that off with everyone's help. So. Let's see here. You give great info commentary. Thank you. Yeah, I try not to bore you guys and not be too much of a nerd on here. So, hopefully you guys are finding value in that. Doge to $1 is inevitable. Yeah, I think $1, especially at this point with the catalyst and numbers we're flirting with, and catalyst that we're flirting with, I think that we're going to do crazy. So let's see. I see you would hit 100,000 subs by summer. Oh yeah, that'll be crazy. I hope so. I hope so, because I think that, and part of it, I won't say it's my fault, but I know a lot of times people prefer like hopium, and and there's a time when I first started covering Doge, I would post maybe like once a week or twice a week, because I research every day, but I simply wouldn't share it, and I would just compact it all into certain videos. And I know that kind of hurt the overall growth, because people typically like to see stuff every day. So now I share more of what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing and my thoughts more frequently. So I know technically speaking that kind of helps, but we'll see. Whatever I'm blessed with, as long as people are finding value and not, and I feel like I'm steering people like in the right direction and giving them information that they can check for themselves, I'm happy with it. So you deserve to be pumped up. This channel is way better than a few other the scammers that I won't mention. I appreciate you. Dogecoin is running right now. Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, Dogecoin is going to do well. Everyone should advise at least one friend to join David's channel who's with me. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Yeah, so if all of you have a friend that's interested in Dogecoin and you don't mind sharing the channel with them, that would be absolutely great. I'd appreciate that greatly. Let's see, David, did Elon tweet? That's a nice little pump there. I don't know. Let me see. Let's go to Twitter and see. Let's go. This is hilarious. This, I guess this is Elon after. Oh my God. I guess that's Elon is eating some of the McDonald's. Oh my God, I love that. Let's see. I don't see. Let's see, that's a nice little pump there. I don't see where he tweeted that at. Maybe he did earlier. Maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see. Oh, this is hilarious. But yeah, I don't see where he said that just yet. But yeah, I think either way, Doge pumping, Doge is going to be fine. So long term, Doge is going to be fine. So it said, stay on for 2 hours with us. It's fun. No, I just didn't want to make the live for too long, because I know that a lot of times people be like, people see a live or they'll see a video of my channel and like 2 hours, like I'm not watching that. That's crazy. Regardless of what kind of facts I have, and then sometimes I have to come back and chop the video up. It's just crazy. So I was trying to keep it a little short. David M., you're a real OG, man. I only listen to one guy from crypto. That's you. And one guy from my AMC play. And that's not you. Got to say thank you, David, for being an informative screen and not a pumper. That's what makes your channel great. I appreciate you. I appreciate both of you. Thank you. Thank you. Stay on for 2 hours. Everybody share every social network to get David to 40K. I appreciate you guys. So do you guys want me to stay on for like another 20 minutes for 2 hours? I know someone just said that, but I just didn't want to make it too long. But if you guys want me to stay on for another like 20 minutes, I can do that. Let's see here. Got my Doge some freaking trivia via badass comments on IRC, which is better than the time I ransom answered for Bitcoin. Stay on till 4 a.m. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Oh my God. I would not at 4 a.m. And ironically, I'm actually still awake at that time, but I wouldn't. That would kill my research for tomorrow. Leave us alone. We like hanging out with you, David. I appreciate you. I got here late. Yes, stay on, please. All nighter. But I wish 2 hours. Well, I've already been on for an hour and 40 minutes. So, also, you want me to stay on till 4 a.m. and see if Doge pumps? That's hilarious. Let's see. Elon hired his tech guys to go and fix Dogecoin infrastructure, so they must have finished or are close to finishing. I expect that. I the real reason Robinhood has held back on listing them. Yeah, I know that they were working. Elon was working very closely with like some of the devs and stuff like that. So I expected there to, even long term, I think that Elon doesn't do most things like on a whim. So I expect that he, would make like some changes and stuff in there, especially if they're willing to meet with him and they converse a lot. So I think that there'll be great benefit for the community. So and Robinhood, we're going to see. We're going to see. So, with Robinhood and when they get these wallets out, I may do another poll because I did a poll on Robinhood and I asked everybody. I said, how many of you are going to stay on Robinhood versus leaving? And around 70% said they were going to stay. So, 30% is still a lot. And there's no way, an inclusive way to actually tell. But financially, that can be a great incentive for people to stay, for Robinhood to kind of delay those listings to kind of get like a feel for like the market and stuff. So it makes great sense. Everybody hit the like. Absolutely. I appreciate that. McDonald's screwed up big time. They tweeted out a dumb joke, they don't truly understand. They replied to Elon, only if Tesla accepts Grimace coin. Yeah, I saw that. Crazy response. Crazy. Good night, David. Good night. Good night. You heard any updates on Robinhood wallets? Nope. It just looks like they lied. That's about the only update I got. So it looks like they lied. So very, very disappointing. But from what I understand, they're probably still coming. It's just the time frame is maybe a little delayed. So I think they're making kind of like dragging their feet there. But hopefully for me, I hope that they are rolling out by the end of Q1. That would be great. If we can have them before the AMC run. Good night, and these are great. You should mint and sell an NFT for access to these. I don't know if I'll do like a creator coin and stuff like that. I've gotten approached a lot in email and stuff like that by these different companies to do stuff like that. But I've just rather would stick to like YouTube and my personal investments. Another big dump is coming. Depends on the Feds. We can see how they are handling everything, but the Feds can certainly encourage. I can say the Feds can encourage another sell-off for sure, or at least the pulling out of institutional money. They can certainly encourage it. So we just have to kind of see. Tomorrow we'll have an idea. We have another meeting in March, and then of course end of March, April, we're going to have. If they stick to it, we're going to see, and then we can definitely see those resistance lines get tested, like they've never been tested before. So it's possible. 187 likes and 187 watching. I've never seen that before. You must be doing something right. Awesome. Are they IOU wallets? Knowing Robinhood, probably. They're with Robinhood, that's probably one of the reasons why they're like, before the wallets come out, they're like, wait, we actually got to we have to anticipate how many people are actually going to leave. And now we actually have to go out and get those Dogecoin to make sure that they're available for people to leave, because otherwise we're not going to be able to, they're going to have the wallets and still not able to transfer. And then our stock is going to finish its way from 15 down to 0. So, and I don't think Robinhood is in a position right now that they can afford another scandal. So, when those wallets come out, they're going to be fully prepared for the amount of people, in my opinion, that are potentially going to leave the platform, because I don't believe Robinhood is in any place to survive another a scandal or something crazy of that nature, especially to the same community, because at that point you're an habitual offender, right? So at that point Robinhood will be done. So I think that right now they actually have an opportunity to kind of like rebrand and build trust in the community and grow and stuff like that. But you start screwing over people multiple times and having these type of catastrophic issues, it's going to put distrust in there. And we start screwing people financially. People have short-term memories unless you screw them over financially. People typically remember that. Hitting the share button now, you the man. Thank you. I appreciate you. David is now part of the family. I'm glad you guys are welcoming me. I appreciate it. I've been watching your live since it started. I'm having a great time. Okay, I'm glad you are. I'm glad. Where can I buy me some Grimace coin? I have no idea. If Mickey D's does accept Doge, there should be a huge boycott on them. Oh, doesn't accept Doge, there should be a huge boycott on them. Yeah, I think financially, like if they have any, unless they're, because I know their mascot is a clown, right? And unless their back office and stuff like that is actually ran by clowns, like financially, this will be a big win for them. So I don't see the reason as to why they'd be like, it's not something we want to be involved in. There's many reasons for financially alone for there to be an actual partnership. So I think that this is going to happen. Robinhood needs to give us a reason to stay. I agree. And I think that Robinhood will probably start issuing like some type of like staking rewards or something like that, or, invite to the platform reward. I think they'll have some type of publicity thing get released right around the same time that the wallets come out, so that they can kind of have like a retention plan, right? So gain and retain. So I think that they'll have some type of plan that comes out around that time frame, so that they can encourage people to stay. Do you think 12 cents was the bottom? It's one of the floors, right? We got some strong rejections. I don't know if you saw from earlier. I'll show you on the charts. We got some strong rejections here from 12 cents several times at two different points in time. Let's see. Zoom over here. All right, so this is back in December. We touched around like 12, 13. This is a long wick here. That's a strong rejection, right? We also did again, like a few days ago, and again, longer wick, stronger rejection. And even here, we came down to around 12.6, long wick again, stronger rejection. So even as of right now, the market is saying that 12 cents is oversold. So we're not even, because we're technically hitting those numbers, but the buy orders that come in at 12 is really strong. So as of right now, we're going to need something, I don't want to say like catastrophic, but we're going to need something major to actually push Dogecoin past that. There's going to have to be like a massive sell-off, some shorts or something, because the buying pressure that comes in for Dogecoin at 12 cents is really strong. So as of right now, I'd say it's a pretty good bottom. Again, the Feds can change that, and depending on what they say in their tempo, we could see further sell-offs. And I gave you the numbers for that. I believe that buying pressure would put some relief at around 8 to 10 cents, but that actual support line is at around 6 cents. So, and that's just that's just not my opinion. That's, those are the numbers. That's the chart. So, but as of right now, 12 cents is great. So if you can manage to catch it at that support line, the chart support it. These are long resistance lines here. So the chart support that there's evidence here. So if you can manage to catch it, great buy. Uh, let's see. Robinhood released the wallets to the first 1,000 clients. Beta version, March expected date to fully finish the rollout. Looks pretty cool so far. Added 2 more buttons next to sell and buy. Okay. So yeah, I seen that's like the second, third time I've seen March this year. Excuse me, for the Robinhood wallets. That'll be technically March is great timing. That's our AMC catalyst. That's we have like some stuff going on as far as like the space mission and stuff. So I think that March is a great time. That's the end of Q1, hopefully before we have that Fed meeting and stuff like that. So it's March is great. In my opinion, as long as it's before AMC, so that we cannot have any hindrance with any support that we wanted to go and do for that catalyst, I'm happy with that. Let's see, David is awesome. I don't care what everyone says. I appreciate you. Wait, what is everybody saying? Wait, what, are they saying something else? David, love your videos. Keep it up. I appreciate you. Make your own Doge burger or something. Adopting or no adopting from Mickey D's. Don't boycott Mickey D's, even if we don't get adopted. Yeah, I think that if we start the boycotting thing, it'll probably put a negative stigma around the coin, and it may end up doing more harm than good. So yeah, I'd have to agree with this and say that, it may just, because at that point now you're trying to do what? You're trying to force people to interact with the coin. So we want to, we don't want to scare other businesses away. So I think that, as far as for community wise and just reputation, it'll be a lot more damaging if we started boycotting because people didn't want to accept Dogecoin. Like, we've got to have, like, that's a choice. We have to be so great that they want to do business with us. So I think we've done a great job of that. I think that's why we've made so much progress in the last year. So I think if we keep that same tempo and that same energy, I think that we're going to continue to expand and just simply be so great. People want to do business with us. Let's see. Let's see. He got game. BTC look after support for bottom is 30. In that case, Doge might be at 9. Yeah, I did the numbers for BTC and Doge, but there is some support at around 30. I don't know. I have to take a look at it again. I don't think it's very strong, but there is some support there. So you're absolutely right. If my memory serves me, you're absolutely right. Whatever everyone else says about your channel is the best. I appreciate you. Thank you. Good Doge. Good afternoon, my good sir. Good afternoon. I am not sure where you're at, but it is like after midnight here. But where are you from? Where's everybody from? Because I was planning on doing a poll on my channel anyway. I know this is a little offside track just to see kind of like where everyone's from. Because I kind of see somewhat in my analytics like different countries and stuff, but I'm thinking about doing a poll to kind of see like different states and actual countries where everyone is from. So at some point, I'll probably put something together and we can do some. Oh, you're in Atlanta? I'm in Atlanta. Okay. Florida, my hometown. Okay, excuse me, my home state. Louisiana, Georgia. Okay. The moon. Okay. Oh, so you're waiting on Dogecoin to come see you. Okay. Venezuela, New York, San Diego, okay. Mississippi, Arizona, Cali, Virginia, Arkansas. Los Angeles. Okay, Cali. You're nationwide, David. Yeah, I think my second biggest country is actually like Australia or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely Lone Star State, Texas. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of people in Texas. I sent a bunch of T-shirts and stuff out of Texas. So New York as well. There's a lot of people in New York. Okay, that's great. I may do something. We'll see, because I know we'll see with like Pfizer and all the other kind of stuff with their whatever's going to happen with these variants and stuff. Because I would like to do something where I actually just come out and like meet people like face to face and stuff like that. Just do like a pop up or something. But we'll see though, because next month they'll have the Omegatron Pokemon version of the variant. So we'll see. You're in heaven? Oh wow. Amazing channel, community, smash the love button. I appreciate you. Imagine SpaceX displaying Doge billboard ads from space. Talk about mainstream adoption with style. that would be amazing. Amazing. And I'm really hoping that any of the rockets and stuff like that, it really has like some type of interesting picture and stuff like that. So I think it'll be great. Amazing channel and community. Smash the love button. I appreciate you. From heaven, just visiting Earth. Okay, well, welcome back. Or if you're from heaven, I guess welcome to Earth then. Minnesota. On the majority of your holdings in Doge, what are some of your favorite cryptos? As far as for volume and number of coins, yes, but I have stocks, I have other cryptos. Let's see, I do, well, my favorite cryptos are obviously Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, I love them. Cardano 88, oh my God, yeah, I'm definitely like, when that thing dipped below 97 cents, like I got like a little flutter in my heart. Like if I can have, outside of Dogecoin, Bitcoin obviously will be fine, but if I can pick another coin to go to hell, it'll be like Cardano. Like I want, like Dogecoin is gonna be like fine. Like, and I think that these prices and stuff are great, but outside of Doge and I'll say Bitcoin be like Doge, Bitcoin, and Cardano. Cardano be like a number 3. But the fact that it went under $1, like I got a little flutter in my heart. Like I want Cardano to like go to hell. Like I want Cardano like 25 cents. I want Doge at like a penny, and I want Bitcoin at like $100. Like so, and I know some of you are like, "What the hell is he talking about?" But that is how much I cheer for bear markets. I want absolute. Like, because like these opportunities here, as far as for DCA and increasing positions, like when we have corrections of bear markets, I want absolute chaos. That is what I want. I want the S&P, the NASDAQ. I want the top 10 in crypto. I want all of them on fire. Like I want the people running around in the office and the buildings burning down. That's what I want. But those are some of my favorite positions. But I have like stocks wise, obviously Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. I did well on my Tesla options. Apple options have been great. Microsoft is extremely consistent. Depending on how bad the this bear market and stuff, I may go back into energy. Made a killing last year off of travel stocks, airlines, Delta, cruise lines, Norwegian, Carnival, made a fortune off of those. Apple, I did well. Whiting Petroleum, I did well before bankruptcy. Hertz, I did well before the pump. And I have a lot of those videos on my channel. So there's actually a section. I know more people are interested in me talking about crypto. So I kind of don't segue too far into stocks. But yes, I have a pretty extensive stock portfolio as well. And I have a lot of videos even from last year on some of my stock positions. So, yeah, but I know I gave you probably way more information than you wanted, but yeah, those are some of my positions. David, you're in Atlanta? I am. Can I get a lunch with you? I'm like 40-minute drive. I'm new to Georgia, just moved here from California. Yeah, shoot me an email. We can set it up. We'll set it up. Let's see. Let's see, I'm going to be in the poorhouse if Doge keeps dropping. I can only hide my losses from my wife for so long. Oh my God. Yeah, just this teller is going to appreciate at some point. She'll be hopefully, so show her the chart, show her where you are now, and show her a picture of the moon. I'm super ready to keep buying a dip after the dip after the dip. All in with Doge. I don't know if we're being serious or not, but just in case, I did make a video on the proper way to buy the dip so that you're not in that situation. But just in case, if you're being serious. But yeah, I want the dip. I want the dip of all dips. I want this. I want crypto. I want crypto's top 10 and my favorite stocks. I want them to go to hell and then say we can go deeper. That's what I want. So I'm excited for that. We are way overdue for a correction, a real correction. New York Stock Exchange went up on fake money from the days of GWB. Yeah, it's been a funny money train. Let's see. It's been a funny money train. He said, set it up, be careful, he might set you up. Oh my God. It's okay. Good luck. Be safe on meeting strangers. No, it's fine. I actually don't travel alone, and especially like if I meet up with people and stuff like that. So it's not too much of an issue. And in Atlanta, especially like downtown and stuff, regardless of anyone's intentions, we both would have to worry about getting shot. It's off the chain down here. So that's one of the reasons a lot of people are actually moving out of the city, because Atlanta is crazy. From Texas, absolutely. Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot of people in Texas for sure. It's all love in here. It is. Yeah, I've actually, because even with a lot of the t-shirts and stuff that Loca Luna. Yeah, I was just, when I saw that when I said that statement, I was talking about Loca Luna. And yeah, I just saw that on like the ATL Scoop. It's been crazy, and they actually just revoked their license, so they literally have to move. Because it's just crazy. What's going on here in Atlanta. So that's why a lot of times people are leaving. And even Buckhead, they no longer want to be a part of Atlanta. Buckhead is like a really affluent area. I don't know where you guys are from if you're not familiar with Atlanta, but there's a lot of affluent areas, like all the multi-million-dollar houses, a lot of those beautiful skyscrapers and stuff you see. A lot of them are in Buckhead, and they no longer want to be a part of Atlanta. They want to have like their own police department. But the issue is Buckhead provides about 40% of Atlanta's revenue. So Atlanta's going to be in big trouble if they leave. So that's why they don't want that to happen. But crime's out of control. So you can't have a beautiful city and stuff like that and then have it running rampant. And not to get too far off topic here, but that's just what's going on. Let's see. David looks like a big ass linebacker. I don't think he worries so much. It's so funny because most people only see like this much of me, but it is like I'm actually like 6'3" and I'm almost like I'm like 280. So it's actually a great observation. Someone should set up a Doge convention. We have the number. That'd be great. I would love to be a part of that. I'm no threat to David. I'm just a 21-year-old kid, huge fan. I just want to hang out and get a burger. Y'all are being, you meant burger or burglar? Y'all are out of control. Y'all are out of control tonight. So this is what happens. See, this is what happens late night on lives. Y'all just get out of control. NYC is getting bad too. Someone was shot inside the emergency waiting room in the Bronx today. Wow. I never imagined getting shot inside the hospital. That's alarming. Alarming. Marilyn here, love your YouTube channel. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Yes, please. If you haven't yet, please like the video. I have no idea how many likes this video has. I can't see it. But if you have, before we got off topic and started talking about other stuff, if you haven't, please like the video and consider subscribing. I like the way Doge is shaping up right now. Me too. Me too. Let's see. Doge convention 321 buy at least 1,000 Doge right now. We need to. We need to. I'm waiting. I think that 12 is going to hold up pretty well unless we get something like pretty damning. But you know, again, I would love to see Doge at like a penny. See what you get for hanging out longer. Yeah, I see that because I said I was going to get off at 2 hours, and it's now 2 hours and 5 minutes. When Doge gets to the moon, I will sell oxygen from my tree farms. Doge will enable me to plant tree farms. Will Doge make us see? Scary reality is if you get rich from crypto, you don't want people to know. It will change your life. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. You know, you have to be like really careful from that for you know, whatever information and stuff you put out there, which a lot of times, which is one of the reasons why I try not to, you know, share like my accounts and stuff like that. Cause a lot of times people are like, oh, how much Doge do you have? How many AMC shares and stuff do you have? And like, show your portfolio. And I've took pictures of my entries, like my overall prices, just so if people are like, oh, does he actually own the coin or the stocks and stuff like that, I'll take pictures of my entries, but I always block out like my actual like coin count or share count and stuff like that. You know, just because of, you know, obvious reasons, but you know, people, that's typically what it is. Because like if you put your, you know, someone in like my position, if I put my actual numbers out there, the first thing they're going to do is like, okay, well, this multiplied by this equals this. So, you know, and, you know, I never want it to be, you know, unaccessible, but, you know, I have to understand that people's, you know, intentions and stuff like that can be, you know, different. So, you know, you can want the best, but I just don't want to put myself in a situation. 234 likes. Okay, awesome. I think that's the most likes I've ever got while being live. But I typically don't go live for 2 hours either. So I guess that kind of helped. Give likes, don't forget. Yes, thank you. Still thinking Bitcoin will hit 20K and Doge will hit 6. Yep, if the Fed comes out and says inflation is running rampant, no more money after Q1, you guys are going to have to rebalance. There'll be a hard sell-off in crypto because, again, crypto is still perceived as crypto is still perceived as riskier than stocks. So there'll be a massive sell-off here, and they'll kind of like rebalance in the stock market. But more so than less, they'll wait for bottom outs before they inject in. So a lot of them will just be cash heavy until things seem like they're kind of consolidating, and then you'll see some moves breaking in. But yeah, those are the numbers. Doge, I do believe, just because of the community and the catalyst, we can have a lot of, and maybe even Bitcoin too, but you can have a lot of the people come in and start buying, but because of the price point from Bitcoin, it's just going to have to be a lot of like wealthy individuals. But I think that Doge can kind of pump the brakes on that decline at around 8 to 10. I know I'll be jumping in like crazy. But, you know, those are the numbers. Those are the support lines. And, you know, depending on how aggressive they are, you know, they can certainly be tested. Let's see. Pump the likes. Your fingers won't bleed. I appreciate you. Let's see. If Doge would be a penny, that would be catastrophic. I don't see it going past 10 cents if it drops. Yeah, I mean, I just think I want Doge to be a penny. I want Bitcoin at like $100. That's just my opinion. That's just not my opinion, but that's just my dream. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, like I said, like that's what I pray for in the market. Like when markets go down, because I was seeing it last year. You know, even before Elon went on SNL, I made a video and I gave the numbers for a correction in Dogecoin in the crypto market. You know, and I'm not a pessimist. I am very optimistic, but I'm also real. So when I look at these numbers, I have to say that, okay, what are, I don't believe in chasing bull runs. I believe in opportunities like now, so that now the next bull run, I have all the leverage and opportunities that I can make decisions on, what I want to do, where I want to go, with the stock, or do I want to sell out? Do I want to take profits? Whatever. I have all the chips in my court. So that's why when I say crazy stuff like Doge being a penny, that just gives me all the leverage. Like, because so when we're in a bear market, I'm like, go deeper. Like, I'm not anything about, oh my God, how bad is the market? This is so terrible. No, I'm cheering for the market to crash. Like, it is my dream that I wake up tomorrow and you see where we are here. I want a candle about the size of this one here downward. I want Doge, like, matter of fact, this chart doesn't even go far enough down for where I want Doge to go. Same thing with Bitcoin. I want it to like break through my computer screen, like through this desk, going to the floor. That's what I would like. Let's see. We're going to see a penny for 2 minutes, then crazy pump. We're right. Yeah. Hopefully I'm able to catch that. Hopefully I'm able to catch that penny. Let's see. Exactly. Some people are thinking of how much you have on a portfolio makes you a mark. Facts. Yeah, I'm broke. I am broke. I have like no money. Like, and I don't know, what portfolio. I can't even spell portfolio. Let's see. I don't think Doge will go below 10 cents if they have a wall of buy orders around that area. Yeah, it's just wishful thinking, really. Wishful thinking. That's all I have. Damn, my average is 27. Feels kind of bad. I'm always buying because I thought the 20-cent range was a good deal. Yeah, no, it is a great deal long term, but we have opportunities that pop up because you can't predict the market, but when you have opportunities that pop up, you just gotta be in a position to kind of take advantage of it. If Doge hit a penny, I'd buy 3,000 where I was worth. Right. I'm telling you, like, this is what, especially I've seen everything with where we've seen it go. I'd love to get those types of coins and stuff like that, those prices. Let's see, so stupid. McDonald's has a Travis Scott meal, but no Elon Egg McMuffin. Now, you guys have some amazing ideas. That would be, I think that would be a hit. I think it would. David, I feel Elon messed us up with the McDonald's the way he came out. Well, how so? I think that only adds pressure and like marketing as far as for us to expand. I don't see the negative side of that. Warren Buffett, buy the fear. Facts. All the chips on your court. You bringing chips on the court now? Definitely. I want all the chips. Let's see. Can't go back in time. Wish I would have played it 5 years ago. Slow. I didn't get out and see the future. Yeah, I mean, that's all we do. We can live and learn. But there's the thing about the market. There's always more opportunities, right? He wants the chart to go straight to hell. Straight to hell. I want the chart to go to hell and then I want the how you have like rocket thrusters and it takes off. I want the chart to go to hell, but then put the rocket thrusters on and use extra force to try to like go down even more. But like that's what I want. I want like the reverse rocket. So before the actual rocket to the moon, I want it to like go up and then like that's what I want from the charts. My Doge and AMC got me so broke. I can't afford to pay attention. Right. I'm broke too. Keep giving us your honest opinion. Great show. I think he's saying it makes Elon look desperate for McDonald's to accept Doge. I don't know. I still don't see the point of that. Like, it's just, I mean, Elon, I just don't see the point of that. Elon has a lot of options here. I think he's literally just pushing for utility without, even for it to expand really beyond him into other avenues. So I just see that just being beneficial for the overall community. Like for him to come out and have, encourage Doge to, expand past what, like Tesla is, and, any type of Tesla integration. I think that's, I think it's only a plus for David. So, excuse me, for Dogecoin. I'm sorry, I'm reading another comment here. I think that's only a plus, because I think that when you have, Elon come out, because Elon has a lot of options. He can make an Elon coin. He can make he can have like these different integrations. He's doing what he can on his part, but for him to be like, okay, well, I don't want this. This is bigger than me. I don't want to just have this, to SpaceX or to Tesla. I want this to, be a real thing. And for him to literally be he's basically like our marketing director now, really. And he's going out and, tagging other companies and addressing them directly, like, hey, accept Dogecoin. If you do this for me, I'll do this for you. This is something I really want. I want to push, this coin to be like the people's currency. I think that's a benefit. I don't think it's desperate. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it, but I don't think it's desperate on his part. I'm thinking like you, David. That's why I'm holding out till tomorrow to blow my why, praying to catch the last monster dip. Bitcoin at 29,000. Yeah, I want Bitcoin at like 0. So I hope they come out tomorrow and be like, we're going to block Bitcoin or something like that, and no more Bitcoin ever, and everybody just sells. That's what I hope. Let's see. I love that this isn't some tired late night stream. This is the hard hitting stuff you need right now because of the Doge lifestyle. Yeah. I'm normally up anyway, so it's not like I'm like past my bedtime and stuff. So I'm normally awake at this time, so it's not big. It's not a big deal, but I just typically do a lot of my research and my charting and stuff now. A rocket blast off starting from the ground. Remember that. That's a fact. Elon's a genius. He created free publicity for Dogecoin. McDonald's is getting lots of free stimulus. Also, what do you think Grimace coins? Why do you think Grimace coins even exist? I don't know. There's so many coins. They're popping up everywhere. They're popping up everywhere. So I don't even know like an actual reason. But I think the Grimace that we've seen, I think that existed prior to the McDonald's thing. Like what Keller here is saying, I think it's unrelated. But if they can capitalize off of that attention, then for people that hold that, that's just a win for them. It's only 9:30. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're on the West Coast. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, you're like 3,000. Yeah, you're on the West. Yeah, it's like 12:30 here. So I bought Doge at the high price. Should I sell Doge now, then buy back in after the correction is over? You won't be able to time the market like that. I wish that was just that simple. You just really gonna have to decide if you're long-term or not. I would never recommend that, because saying that you're gonna buy when the correction is over is just like the people that sell, like say that, oh my God, I should have sold at 74 cents or 72 cents. Like you had no idea knowing that was the top. In hindsight, it sounds like a great idea. But, after SNL, like, depending on what could have happened, Elon could have been like, you know what, I'm going to put half of my money in Dogecoin. And Dogecoin would have shot over $1. Like, no one would have been saying, like, I should have sold at 72, 74 cents. Like, you can't, I don't think you should put your attention in trying to time the market, because it'll be difficult. Like the floors and resistance lines, yes, those are real things, but the market can change on a whim. So, depending on what your DCA is and how long you plan on being in the coin, the best thing I would say, because I don't like necessarily selling at a loss, the best thing I would say is simply averaging down to try and get that coin count down, especially if you're close. You say at a high price, I don't know what that is, but if you say, I want to get my average to 15 cents or something below 20 cents right now and just capitalize off of it. Right. That on the next spike, you can sell without having to take a loss. And I think that's a lot of what happened on the last run. So we have like the AMC announcement come up. If you say, I want to get out of the coin or get my Dogecoin count down, I'd say, or just sell. And if the market is not favorable right now, I'd say average down aggressively as you can and wait for the next catalyst, probably the AMC. We should get a spike around that time. And at that point, if you want to exit, you can, and wait for a consolidation, because I'm sure shorts will come in, especially if we're still in the bear market, and we'll consolidate downward again. So that can give you an opportunity to make an exit without getting killed on your exit. Because the goal here, once you sell, you lock in that price, you lock in that L. So just kind of hold on and just be strategic. Because in my opinion, I just don't believe in selling for a loss. So that's how I would handle that. Please subscribe to David. Yes, please. Trying to hit 40K. You want reverse rockets to become David Buffett Jr. Yeah, no, if we get some reverse rockets, like I'm probably going to end up on, I'm going to try and be on the Forbes list. Like I want Bitcoin, Doge, Cardano, Ethereum. I want all of them to burn. Like when I wake up tomorrow, even after the Fed talks, I want to see a red candle going down, and I want the red candle to be on fire. Like that is how bad I want this to go down. Like, and I know what to do. Everybody can panic and sell if they want. I know what to do. So that's fine with me. Let's see. How do you think those will be in 5 years? 5 years, I think the market will have expanded greatly by then, depending on like the developments of blockchain and whatever changes and stuff Elon's going to make. But I definitely see us we won't be in pennies anymore. I think with the catalyst and stuff that we have, I don't think that we would have peaked by then. So I think that, depending on how big it actually gets, but I think that at that point, we will be dealing mostly in fractionals, especially if we keep growing at this rate. So the price will be like several dollars at least, if we're putting a strain on the actual supply of the new mints that are coming out. So because of this, the massive utility that's being used, and I forget how many years, but there's a point at which the inflation of Doge will actually be less than the dollar. So I think that, within the next 5 years, I just say like several dollars, like just multiple dollars. I'm not sure like an exact range just yet, but based off of the utility and the expansion of the market, I think that Doge can kind of solidify a position like in the top 10 in that niche area, like especially with its low transaction fees. So I think that it will, we have the opportunity to do several dollars. So the government will always have us. Government intervention, that does play a part. We'll have to kind of gauge that as we go. But hopefully without any type of wild foul play, we can see Doge, appreciate to its potential. Looking at it this way, Doge is where Bitcoin was at in 2008. Nobody ever dreamed it would hit 60,000. Yeah, it's crazy because when I was in college, was this like 2010? I had just graduated high school, right? And I remember talking to some of my friends like in student government, and we were going over Bitcoin had just come out. It was really like popular around that time, and we were looking at it, and it was like cents, and we went to like a few dollars, and we looked at it for like the next like year or so. And at the time, we really just did not understand where blockchain was going to go at that point, and like the development. And I didn't look at it again, it's like seriously, until it was like $6,000. And then I ended up buying some at around like 7, 8, 9. It was like my first entries in Bitcoin, really. So it's just, you have to capitalize on the opportunity and have the vision. But now that you see something and you say that, okay, well, this is still technically in its infancy stages, and you think, okay, well, what does the crypto market look like at $10,000? At $10 trillion, $15 trillion. The stock market's value is roughly $100 trillion. We peaked at around like $3 trillion this year. all inclusive. So we add the expansion of the market overall, we have a large potential for, especially the coins in the top 10, we have a large potential for those coins to appreciate greatly. So vision is certainly going to play a huge part in that. You say the first time investor who has 20,000 to play with, interested in crypto, but doesn't yet understand crypto and sees this crash and thinks it's a terrible thing instead of a sale. I have a video on my channel. It's the video that plays automatically when you come to the channel. You first click on my channel, it plays automatically. And it's called, the title of the thumbnail is We Need to Talk. And it goes over cycles. So if you go to my channel, to the home page, it's called like We Need to Talk. It's the video, it'll start playing automatically. And it goes over the cycles of the market. How money flows in, who it flows from, FOMO, institutional, retail, stuff like that. I literally explain all of it. And that should get him an idea as far as for like the flow of the market and as far as for the money in the market. So even if you don't understand crypto, you should understand at bare minimum the flow of wealth that flows in and out of the market. It happens everywhere. It's like even we've seen it since I want to say like the 70s or 80s, like with the wealth vortex. Before crypto came into the picture, it was oil, real estate, and stocks. And you can literally, it almost looks like a DNA strand. Like you can literally just like see the wealth flow in and out. It's literally just a cycle. Most of our asset classes have them. And I think that would be, it's the easiest way so that even if he doesn't have an in-depth understanding of what crypto actually is, he can understand the money flow in there and try and just capitalize and get in front of that and just kind of learn like, what, actually like crypto is and stuff like that. But, this really just depends like on his risk tolerance as well. Most of the time people don't like investing in things that they don't understand. Completely understand that, by the way. But, if he's, as far as for the cycles, I say he can start with something like that and then just kind of learn about crypto and what it is and then just kind of make a decision. But, if he doesn't understand it, then it's natural for them to be a little cautious about putting his money into it. But I think the cycles would be a great place to start. Let's see. That's for the price of Dogecoin to reach $1. The market cap of Dogecoin have to be, let's see, around 180 billion. The current market cap of Doge right now is like 19.4. Yeah, I have to do the math. I think last time I did the math, it was like 130. I forget the how many coins. I think there's like 135 billion coins, something like that right now. Because we peaked last year at around like 80 billion before our sell-off. So that's why I say that we have to give the market time to expand and see how Dogecoin holds up and stuff with the utility. So that's why, because I do think the market overall is going to appreciate, and rising tides raise all boats. But just kind of have to see how it pans out in the next years. But overall, I do believe that crypto is just getting started, and we're going to see great multipliers in the market in general. And I think that the more attractive Dogecoin is by gaining these catalysts and these partnerships, the more we're going to be able to capitalize off of that institutional investment and start having stronger ties to the fluctuations of cash with coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. So I know I said I was going to get off at 2. It's 2:30 now, 2:29. So I actually stayed off for another 45 minutes. So I think that's fair. If you have not yet, like the video. I don't know how many likes we got, but hopefully close to 300 now. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for 40,000. If this is the first time you've seen my videos or just simply haven't subscribed yet, I promise you I try to deliver like this in each of my videos. So I pray that you found value and you've enjoyed your time with me tonight. I've certainly enjoyed this conversation. Even the segues, it was very beneficial. beneficial. So I thought that, we had a great time, and hopefully you guys got some benefits from that. So definitely, if you can, share the channel with a friend, someone that you know believes in Dogecoin. I have a section for people that are unfamiliar on my homepage titled, "If you're new to Dogecoin, start here." So do that, share the channel with a friend, and we will all grow together. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow, and we're going to touch base and deal with this Fed meeting. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys. And until next time.